Hi everybody. I'm just actually in the middle of recording a video about this guitar here. This you can just see the half of it. This Epiphone Les Paul, and I thought occurred to me that I wanted to just do another quick video on, just while I'm sorting stuff out and changing things about in the room. It's the whole idea of people saying that they're really bad at guitar when actually they're not. What they're bad at is moving their fingers in the proper time into the proper place, or moving their hands to the proper rhythm, or putting both together and coordinating that whole thing. So I just wanted to give an encouragement to you if you're a beginner guitar player, or if you've been playing for a while but you've hit a plateau and you can't seem to get anywhere, and you wish you could just improvise some boomer bend leads and all this stuff, or play some nice chunky sparkly riffs or whatever, or even just strum some chords in time, then it's not because you're bad at guitar. It's because it's a physical instrument. You need to remember that you need to work on the physical aspect as you would for a sport. And as you can see, I'm obviously very sporty, having a physique like this. Please take the sarcasm. But with guitar, I understand that I have to, warm up. I have to play fundamentals. I have to sit and do exercises where I'm just kind of, using my fingers backwards and forwards and just kind of keeping them moving. And, the triad exercise I showed the other week on a previous video, things like that. Playing through chords, just even when I'm sitting checking emails, just kind of playing through bar chords, that kind of thing. All of that adds up. It's a bit like if you remember, at school and you're doing sports and you're running around cones and, chucking a beanbag and running after it and running back again and doing all those things. You have to kind of do that with guitar as well. You have to keep your fingers moving. You have to keep your hands moving. A couple of quick exercises you can do. I'll keep this short. So as I've just shown, you can go back to the triad exercise video if you've been playing a little while and you can get your fingers around that one. That's a good one. If you're just starting off, even just using, I'll try and get it in shot, just one note after the other, just go up the strings. I know I'm going down, but musically I'm going up, you know what I mean? Then move to a different part of the neck and do the same thing. And the trick to it is to keep your fingers really relaxed. So it's enough pressure to make the note, but don't press too hard. And the longer you play, the more calluses you'll get. So you don't have to press as hard either. So start to kind of let tension out of your fingers. That's another thing, tension. Keep things loose as you can. There's some great old books. I'll try and dig them out. And show it in another video maybe, by Jamie Andreas, who I think is still about doing stuff, and where they talk about almost like as if your fingers are full of helium. You're just gonna, as you're changing between chords, you just let all the tension out of your fingers. You're changing between notes. Keep everything very relaxed. My posture's terrible, but keep your posture nice and kind of relaxed, and there's no tension in the shoulders, no tension in your arms, etc. And try and be as fluid as you can. And that's stuff you can sit and work on when you're watching TV, or when you're, doom scrolling on social media on your computer or something, or watching YouTube. Just sit and do that stuff. Fundamental stuff. Another thing you can do, if you're just starting and you're having trouble with chords, don't be put off, because you'll be put off if you're going and it's all sounding a bit ugh. So to get to the nice smooth sounding chords, what you need to do is practice the shapes. So just sit on your couch or sit at your computer chair, whatever. Any piece of furniture will do. And just move the chords without strumming. Just make the shapes, but don't put any pressure into your fingers. Just very gently make the shapes. And try and do something else, like having a conversation or reading something while you're doing it. It's an old drummer's trick. Because then what you're doing is you're teaching your muscle memory. And that's the key. So not only do you want fluency of movement and you want your hand to be physically fit, to kind of, and flexible, but you want your brain to get out the way, so it's all muscle memory. Was it Keith Richards? And I'll misquote him probably here, but he said something along the lines of that when he went back on tour, I don't know if it's still true, but when he went back on tour, he would often just start the song and hope for the best, but his fingers would know where to go, even if his brain didn't. And that's kind of the stage you want to get to. You don't think about picking up a knife and fork necessarily, or picking up a pen and signing your name. You just do it. So it's the same with doing these. So practice just going from chord to chord, just nice and gently. Once you're kind of, do it really slowly so you can be accurate and make sure you're hitting the right bits, the right frets on the right strings, and the where you need to be. but do it slowly, and then just start to speed up. Once you get confident with it, any difficult chords, B7, C7, G7, G major 7, etc. Just try those. You can try your major 7 bar chords. Just move them up and down the neck. You don't even need to strum. Just get used to the shapes. Now for strumming, what you can do, another exercise you can do, is turn your guitar into a percussion instrument. So I don't mean do this, although you can do that if you want, but just mute the strings, so you get that, and stick a playlist on, or if you're old like me, stick the radio on, whatever you want to do, and just play, or even the telly. Jeff Beck did this, he played along with commercials and stuff. Whatever song comes on, don't think about it, just just let your rhythm hand go. So don't try and match a rhythm necessarily, just play as if you're tapping the steering wheel of your car or tapping a table at work along with some music. You know how you're maybe sitting there absent-mindedly and just sit and tap? Do that with your strumming as well. But do it for a long time, just sitting, and you'll pick up rhythm, and you'll pick up the kind of feel and the groove of the song, because the whole idea of this is to disengage all this stuff here. I have to do that sometimes when I'm playing live, and maybe I get nervous, or I don't know, just get self-conscious. Somebody, when you're playing a gig and someone's there with a phone filming, and you suddenly go, oh, you get red light fever. I always play better when I just tell myself to be fluid, just to kind of be more relaxed. Now, you can still put a lot into it, and I always come off stage looking like I've been in a fight, and that's kind of what I like to do. I like to leave it all there. But your actual movements can't be tense, they have to be fluid. So, especially if you're singing as well. So, try and get used to that concept of relaxing as well. So just lots of repetition. Now, last tip I'll give you, if you're learning a riff that's particularly tricky, or a little single line thing, whatever it might be, but you find it a bit tricky and it's getting frustrating, slow it right down, and just do it. You can either, if it's a long one, you can do it in sections, or if it's just a short riff, you can do it all at once. But do it really, really slowly, like literally, whatever the riff is. Just kind of take it note by note, really slow, but just repeat it over and over and over and over and over and over again. And again, do something else so you don't go kind of crazy, drive yourself mad kind of doing it. Be watching a video or something, but just get it. And what'll happen is eventually you'll go away, you'll finish, you'll go off, and it all soaks down from your brain, and it soaks into your muscle memory, and then the next day you'll be able to play it. Try it, trust me on this one. So anything you find difficult, or it might be a week later, but it depends on how difficult it is. If it's Little Wing or something, or Lenny by SRV. But if it's just a simple riff, it'll kick in straight away, or that little section of the solo will kick in. So don't neglect that stuff. Remember, it's a physical instrument. You're not bad at guitar. You just need to work on the physical stuff. Like if you were, going to play a football match or a baseball game, if you're over that side of the pond, or if you're, boxers train for 6 weeks before they have a fight, often longer. I don't know. I'm making that up. I'm guessing. I just watched Rocky. But they have to train regardless. You have to do the same with guitar. You have to play, but you don't always have to play full on all the time, or just sit and just move your fingers. You can use both to build up your coordination, or as I say, just change chords, do little riffs. I mean, you can even, like I was saying before, you can say you have a riff, you can practice it without just doing the left hand part of it. So just break things up like that, but just work on it. So be encouraged that if chords are sounding rubbish and notes are sounding fuzzy and not right, it's not because you're rubbish, it's because you just need to develop the physical skill, and you just need to work at that and relax as well. Okay, so hopefully that's helpful. Watch out for that Epiphone video, that will be up very, very soon, and have a great day.